I have his book beside my bed, and I kind of look at it every now and then. One of his many books, 32 Words for Field. I'm just going to read a really, like a very short extract on it about him speaking about the Irish language. I certainly feel like a different person when speaking Irish. It's possibly how a fingerling feels when becoming a trout, or a nymph becoming a dragonfly, or a grasshopper becoming a locust. It's hard to imagine the previous version of myself from within the new form. Ba Fíor Ghaeil about a ní bheidh a leitheid arís ann. I'm not going to pretend I knew him very well. I knew him a little bit from sort of bumping into him around the place. He was an absolute gentleman. I used to try and talk to him as Gaeilge, and he was always like, he obviously he his first language was Irish. I think he told me he didn't speak English until he was 2 or 3, but he was always very generous in how he spoke back to me, and he was very encouraging, even though my Irish
I
wasn't.
think that was probably the hallmark of his personality, though. Even in his
It
broadcasting, he was a
was.
generous person.
Do you know what? He kind of reminded me of someone from a different era. You know, that kind of lands of saints and scholars or something. He was so learned and erudite and spiritual. And what I loved about him, and it's something I really prize in as I get older, he ploughed his own furrow. He danced to his own beat. It was very much his own beat. He did his own thing, not in any kind of arrogant way or anything, but I loved the way that he was very, very different. You know that term national treasure, and I think it's so. Anyone who appears on TV is a national treasure. I think it's such an abused term, but I actually think he added to our nation. I really do.
What I liked about him was only from his broadcasting, because I didn't know him personally, but I liked in how he delighted in things. He delighted in the Irish language. He delighted in nature. He delighted in travel.
In
And
making sourdough. He used to travel around the country making
but
sourdough and talking
do
about
you
the
know what I
Irish
mean? That he
language.
delighted in kind of life, and
Yeah.
had that sort of had a little spark.